Welcome everybody. I'm Linda Simon. I'm Director of Fit to Live today and also a member of the Live Young and Leave a Legacy. That's kind of our mission. So we are going to be talking about Detox Your Body with internal cleansing. And Deborah's going to be co-teaching. So Deborah can tell you why she's interested in this topic.
Yep. Hi, I'm Deborah. I've been with Young Living Essential Oils for probably 6 years now. And gosh, I tell everyone, I wish I would have known about these when my kids were younger. They're all young adults now, and I wish I would have learned about all this. And the reason I'm really interested in this topic particularly is because I have a daughter who has severe Crohn's disease. And so learning all about the gut that I have over the last 5 years has been amazing. And in addition to that, I want to learn how to, just make your largest organ in your body work better for you. And so that you're optimizing your health. I've been doing some detoxes and I just finished a gut protocol, a 4-week program. And so I've been seeing some good results there as well. So it's just a really good, interesting topic, I think, that a lot of people don't talk about, or if they do, they kind of talk about it in like fads. We've all heard about the different kinds of detoxes that are out there, and it's like, well, do they really work? How do they work? And so we're going to just teach you just a little bit about this today and just educate people on the subject. So we're glad you're here.
Yeah. My interest in this started a long time ago. Actually, this week it would have been 23 years ago. I had the experience of being diagnosed with breast cancer, even though I had this healthy lifestyle and no family history. So during that healing process, I did a lot of different cleanses. Some were intense and kind of challenging. Others were easier. Tonight, we're going to talk about different types of cleanses, from easy to some of the more challenging ones. If you're not in a health crisis, I don't recommend challenging ones, because why? You don't really have to do that. But and then also because I didn't have a family history, I didn't have any genetic markers. I thought, what the heck? Why would I have this experience? And so that everything, good things can come out of even bad experiences. It leads you to different paths of learning, which is what that experience did for me. And that's when I started learning about all the and we'll talk a little bit more about all these toxic chemicals we're exposed to in our own home. And in fact, we're exposed to more toxic chemicals in one day than our grandparents were in a lifetime, which is really mind-boggling. And they do store in your body. So Deborah's going to go into a little bit more detail about that.
So why do we want to reduce the toxic chemicals in our home and do an internal cleanse? Well, because like Linda said, every day we are exposed to thousands of toxins, and they do accumulate in our body. And you think about when you get up in the morning, right? You shower. Well, how many products do you use when you're in the shower? You might have something special to shave your legs. You might wash your face in there. You may use your body wash, and you may use a scrub, or all of these, so those right there, 5 different chemicals. Do we ever look to see what is in the stuff we're putting on our bodies? No, because we are mainstream purchasers. I have a daughter who works for Victoria's Secret. We love that stuff. That stuff is in every room in our house practically, and I'm slowly getting rid of it. But if you think about that, then you wash your face, and then you put on your moisturizers and all the things. Then you add your perfume. Then you add the rest of your makeup routine. Then you put on some hand lotion. Maybe you paint your fingernails. I mean, all these things, if you start thinking about all of that, deodorants and everything, think of everything you put on your body. We think it's one product. If you were to look at the labels, you're like, there's thousands of products. That's how it all adds up and accumulates in our bodies. So, because your skin is such a large organ,
right.
So it's just crazy.
Anything you put on your skin actually goes to your bloodstream in 26 seconds, which is like kind of mind-boggling. And then you realize why it gets passed on to our cells and gets stored.
So, next slide. So, as we talked about, there are 80,000 chemicals sold in the marketplace, and according to healthy legacy, about 200 of them have been tested for toxicity to humans. And according to the EPA, there's 50% of all of our illnesses can be traced to indoor pollution caused by ordinary household products. So think about, again, all the stuff you clean your house with. And we know that Young Living has a beautiful line of household cleaners that are good and natural. You don't need to have 1,500 chemicals underneath your kitchen sink. And if you have little ones, grandkids or kids, you have to lock it to make sure they're not going to ingest it or hurt themselves. You know, there are products out there that will keep everyone safe. And anything that goes in your, yeah, so perfect. So, and what are those toxic chemicals? Those are the things you can't pronounce on the back of the bottles. All those words that you just cannot. I found an app. It's called Think Dirty. And don't think Dirty is you can scan any product at the store, and on a scale of 1 to 10, it will tell you how clean or cancer causing these are. And you want to stay in the 1 to 3 range. And it is amazing. The things like method, the things that you think that have been advertised really well that are good for you. Because I did this one day, I'm like, are you kidding me? It's closer to the 7-10 range. You don't want that stuff in your body or in your home. So look it up, take it with you and kind of see. It's really interesting to see. So some of these toxic chemicals, though, they can cause cancer. They can be hormone disrupting. People that are in, young childbearing years up to menopausal, doesn't matter. Neurotoxicity, it can trigger asthma, and it could certainly contribute to weight gain. So there's all these things that these toxic chemicals just are not good for our bodies. So that's why we like to detox them and get that stuff out. So,
and one of the things people don't realize in the U.S., companies do not have to put everything that's in the product on the label. In fact, because I think consumers I've been teaching classes on reducing toxic chemicals in your home for about 20 years, and people are more aware now than certainly they were in the past. And so a company can just take it off the label. And there's a lot of greenwashing. Europe, there's about 1,200 chemicals that the European Union say is too toxic to put in personal care and cosmetics. In the United States, there's only 8 chemicals that are banned. That's it. And so a company, if they're following US guidelines, if they just eliminate those 8, they will say that it's green, even though it's not. So, I mean, there's a big difference between 1,200 being banned and 8. So,
more reason to be concerned. The body burden studies show that the average adult in the United States has 400 to 800 chemicals stored in his or her body. I don't know, you guys ever watch those Facebook or Instagram ads where you see you go into a salon and they have that great big tub of water and it's this detoxing, and you put your feet in it and the water goes from clear to like this gross yellow green stuff because it's getting all the chemical stuff out of your body. So it's scary when you think about that, right? But it's just really good to get that stuff out of you. Studies also show, this is the scariest part, I think, that newborns are exposed to 200 to 300 toxic chemicals by birth. 200 to 300 chemicals. So, because whatever, we put in our bodies gets passed to our children. So this is why we think getting rid of chemicals in your home and your body is really important. So,
and you can see why, our body's overburdened with this stuff. And this is why tonight's topic is to help support getting rid of those.
Digestive system and gut health is critical to overall health. This is what I learned a lot when my daughter was first diagnosed with this disease. And a healthy digestive system is important so that everything else functions properly. So you absorb the nutrients that are used throughout your body. So it's just gut health between that and your brain that go together. And it's just amazing to know the big organs that you have and what you put into your body, what you put on your body, it all impacts all these things. And it's just a lot of research and a lot of good knowledge out there. So,
and 80% of your immune system is in your gut. So this is really critical.
So what can damage your gut? Well, of course, antibiotics. When my daughter had Crohn's disease, she had, you know, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 different of those IV poles with all this stuff in there. She actually had to go, she was actually going through withdrawal near the end of her stay. And it was like a 3-month stay. So the gut health was damaged for sure. So, but all those antibiotics, antacids, prescription drugs, stress is a huge player, believe it or not, in how your gut affects your mood and your body, exposure to those chemicals, and your diet. And like Linda said earlier, 80% of the foods on shelves today didn't exist 100 years ago. You know, I went to a chiropractor years ago and they took a glass jar and they put Burger King, like a burger and a packet of French fries in this big jar. And they just set it there. And there was a date on that food they put in there from like years ago. It still looked intact. It wasn't moldy or anything. It was just like, ew. It just kind of made you go, ew, what's in there? Why is that doing that? Why, you know, so anyway.
It is supposed to break down. Yeah.
So you can't have a healthy immune system without good nutrition and a healthy gut. So like I said earlier, I had just finished doing this 4-week gut protocol. And it was more about eliminating all these things from your diet to see how you react. And then you start adding new things into your diet. So we took out all the white sugar. We took out any flour and gluten. We took out red meat, alcohol, and one other thing, and soy and corn. So taking out all those, replaced it though with, you know, tons of vegetables, healthy fruits and vegetables, shopped around the perimeter of the grocery store, didn't even go on the inside at all for anything packaged whatsoever. Made our breads from scratch with gluten-free bread or gluten-free, flour, and eating the pre and probiotic foods and drinking 8 to 10 ounces of water. And then of course, any pre or probiotic supplements to help the food actually be absorbed into your body quicker. So.
And one of the things that you want to think about, we're talking about cleansing, but cleansing is supporting your digestive system. And you got to, you know, we always take a holistic approach. There is no magic bullet to things. So, you know, when you're planning a meal, at least half of your plate should be fruits and vegetables of all different colors. And you also want to think about, especially with cleansing, what should you be doing every day? You should be eating 25 grams of fiber. So those are kind of how you plan a meal.
So did you know that to have a similar biome as your gut and your skin and your brain and your lungs, they're all connected and they do affect one another. So if you use products with toxic chemicals in them that destroy the good bacteria on your skin, it's going to impact the health of your gut. And if you do have an unhealthy gut, then it does affect your brain. So like with brain fog. So, you know, some of the things after the other people that I did this gut health protocol with, you know, some people have dark circles under their eyes. They don't have to use makeup anymore because all the good foods that they were eating, those went away. Some people lost weight. Some people sleep better. Some people were pre-diabetic and now their numbers are great. Blood pressure has gone down. Some people are actually having good bowel movements, which you don't talk about a lot, but part of the cleansing is that. And so, you know, it was amazing. People slept better. I know I have more energy. I like coffee. I don't even drink coffee anymore. Not that I can't, but it's like I don't feel like I need it. So anyway, it's super and powerful. There's so much literature out there too, ladies, that you can find and read. It's just amazing to see the connection between your gut health and your brain. It's just phenomenal. So again, sound like we're beating a dead horse, but what you put into your body does matter. So look at the sugar. We could have 5 grams of sugar. You know what? There is sugar in everything. And you try not to have anything that's like added sugar, but even read your spice labels. I never even thought to look at my spices, and there can be sugar in your spices too, or gluten or these other things, but gluten for sure. Dairy, foods that will help your gut will be like fermented foods, like fermented blueberries or sauerkraut. Even garlic is considered a fermented food. Bone broth. That's great if you make it from scratch or get some really healthy bone broth. The good fats like avocado or ghee or things like that. Probiotics, enzymes, and your omegas. So prebiotic foods are the dietary fiber that feed the friendly bacteria in your gut. And those foods are high in fiber that help digestive health. For example, green bananas. I like green bananas. I don't like them when they get too yellow or mushy. Some people do, but I like them when they're, and the green bananas are a really good for your probiotic for your gut, believe it or not. So anyway, so all of the different things, they will produce the friendly bacteria in your gut, which will help the digestive problems and help boost your immune system. And the best prebiotic foods. Okay, I've never done this. I think Linda's going to talk to some
I'll
of this.
talk about it.
She's talking about dandelions are a great prebiotic and good for a liver cleanse. I was
So
walking around my yard today and I told her, I saw one dandelion. Are you telling me I'm supposed to go there and pick it and make it for dinner? I did not. Anyway, and I can't pronounce some of these things on here.
okay.
I'll
Well,
let
these are
Linda
the
do
prebiotic foods that you want to, when you're doing menu planning, you want to include these in there. So mushrooms, algae, I take a supplement at that. Seaweed is really good, oats, barley, garlic, leeks, your onions, those are really easy to get in, and bananas, as she said. And we're coming into the season, and this is spring. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, like I was walking with a friend and she had her dog with, and he was eating grass. She goes, "Why are you doing that?" And I said, "Because it's springtime. And if you have horses, you'll notice that horses go and eat different types of not grass, plants, because stuff gets stored in your fat all winter long, and animals know to do cleansing automatically by eating different plants. And you got to think of the same way. So these are the things that help with that. I mean, you should actually be eating these all the time, but think about what are some spring foods, because your body's telling you actually to cleanse. And these are the foods that you should. And asparagus, this is the time of year that asparagus is. This is a good one to be eating right now, and it will help support your body cleansing. The beans like lima beans, kidney beans, peas, lentils, chickpeas, all of those are also prebiotics. So those are, you can do all year long. And so those are things to think about. And I am a big proponent of dandelions. One, they're free and they're really healthy for you. They're really good for your liver and when you're cleansing. Dandelions are a little bitter taste, but you can saute them. You can do like a little teriyaki, saute. You can throw them in your soup. You can actually collect these dandelion greens and dry them, and you can have tea. So this is something, as I point out to Deborah, though, you don't pick them from a place that's been sprayed with a whole bunch of chemicals. You want, clean dandelion greens. But try them. So, okay, so we're moving into different ways to cleanse and what helps support your body in cleansing. Okay, so spring, your body, according to Chinese medicine, is actually runs in cycles, and different parts of the year. It's like circadian rhythms. Spring is about your liver, and so this is why it's a really good time, and we recommend every year do a liver and colon cleanse. But different spices also help your body eliminate some toxins and will support that whole cleansing process. And cayenne, you start with a little. You're not a hot person, you start with a little. Mustard, ginger, notice all of those are spicy. They increase your metabolism, so that will help also with weight. But dill, garlic, and anise and fennel, all of those spices are good for your digestion. Cinnamon, cloves, bay leaves, coriander, they improve your glucose levels. So cinnamon is well known. I have a family history of diabetes, so I really pay attention to what I eat. And cinnamon oil and cocoa oil, essential oils, actually help normalize your blood sugar. So like if I have oatmeal, I'll put a drop of cinnamon oil in there because that's going to be more of a higher glycemic uh, food. So that helps balance it out. And then I also eat protein when I have a higher glycemic food. Um, but those are spices that help support your body in those areas. And then parsley, cilantro, fennel, and anise and apple cider vinegar help remove water weight. So a lot of people were thinking about shorts and swimsuit season. And, you know, when you gain weight in the winter, which we actually are designed to do to help keep us warm, you for every pound of fat, you also have water. So that helps eliminate that. And then cumin and turmeric protect against disease. Now, I've been reading some research lately about turmeric. Turmeric is actually really good for you. However, it's hard. Even I found with, they're even talking about organic, may have arsenic in it. So do a little research on that. I'm doing that myself. It's actually a really healthy spice, and it's disappointing to hear about that. So I'm just saying we might want to check into that. So what also helps with a cleanse, you want to keep your gut healthy. And probiotics, prebiotics, as she said, feed the good bacteria. And probiotics are actually the living microorganisms that help keep your gut flora operating optimally. And probiotic foods are things like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, tempeh. These are all those fermented foods. Kimchi. I eat a lot of kimchi. I went to Korea once. They have kimchi with every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so that is really good for your digestion. And unbalanced gut flora, it's linked to so many diseases. So you really got to keep your gut healthy. And so when you take a probiotic, this is one thing that people don't realize. You should actually take it at night, because when you're sleeping, that is when your body rebuilds. And that's what's the purpose of probiotic? It's to rebuild your gut. So a lot of times people do yogurt and stuff in the morning. You are better to have it at night. And same with taking a probiotic. These are two probiotics that I really like. I go for easy and also high quality. So Life 9, it's a well-balanced probiotic, but here's the difference about this one that I really like. It has a delayed release capsule. So it actually releases in your gut where you need it, where most probiotics don't do that. And you might notice that probiotics have to be refrigerated. And so that tells you that heat can destroy them. And so your stomach there's a lot of heat in your stomach. There's a lot of acid. So you actually, to really get what you're paying for, you want a probiotic that actually releases in your gut. And that one does. It's very good. Mighty Pro, this is one designed, well, it's designed for kids. It's wonderful. But as an adult, I take this because it's got both a prebiotic and a probiotic, and it's like a powdered. There's no sugar in it or anything, but it tastes like one of those little sour. When we were kids, I can never remember. What's it called? Pixie sticks. Tastes kind of like that. But
all sugar.
It's been too long since I had Pixie sticks, but it tastes like that, so kids do it. But it's easy to get them because you want to start kids to have a healthy gut as soon as possible. Get some habits going and feed them the foods that we've been talking about so that they have a healthy gut their whole life. And so this one is easy to get them to use. I do it, and I know a lot of adults do this because it comes in a little package that doesn't have to be refrigerated, and it's tiny, as you can see. And so when I travel, and when you travel, I mean, I can control what's in my food at home, but when you travel, you can't. And so I also always travel light. So if I'm gone for 3 weeks, I pack 21 of these and throw them in and I also always just do carry-ons. So I want little and stuff, but this is very effective because it's both a prebiotic and a probiotic, and I've got it taken care of. And so what I'm saying is adults can use this too. So I want to talk a little bit about essential oils and why they should be part of your cleansing program. Essential oils have the ability to be fat soluble. So what that means is they can penetrate the cell membrane, and and then they can go in and break up undigested food and help reduce toxins. So one of the things about essential oils, they're mostly carbon. So think in terms of chemistry. And so think about your carbon water filter. You know, that helps pull toxins out of the water. So that's why essential oils are very good to help you cleanse. Now, with any kind of cleansing, I recommend you start gently. And whenever you cleanse, you always want to drink plenty of distilled or purified water throughout the day, because your body's pulling these things out. And, you know, how often should you do a cleanse, different cleanses throughout the year? I would say 3 to 4 times. Plus, there's simple daily actions that actually cleanse your body that I would do all the time. So that's the start. So here's something that is really simple and easy to do. I would put, these are called vitality oils, and any citrus oil, lemon, grapefruit, or citrus fresh is a combination of them. You probably have heard that they used to recommend putting a little bit of lemon juice in your water every morning and drink that. Well, one of the things research has come out in last 5, 6 years, I guess, is that the acidity of lemon juice actually breaks down the enamel of the teeth. So they did research with lemon essential oil, and you get the same effect. I mean, in fact, even more, because it's more concentrated. Lemon essential oil or any citrus oils are very good for the immune system, and they also help detox the body. So that's a very simple, and they don't destroy your teeth. So I just, every day, this is a good habit to get into. I put a couple drops of lemon oil in a glass, add water, and I drink 2 of those first thing in the morning. You get very dehydrated. This helps set my body for the day. So that is what I recommend. It's a very simple, easy thing that you can also cleanse. So then this is a clinical nutritionist, Louise Gittleson. She recommends that you drink a long life cocktail, and it's like a 1/4 cup of unsweetened cranberry juice and water, and then you add 1 to 3 tablespoons of ground flaxseed. So that's another thing. I admit, unsweetened cranberry, I don't mind it, but if you really hate it, you could add a little bit of stevia. And I would also recommend, if you don't, or if you're not used to having like the 25 grams of fiber you should be eating every day, I would start with 1 tablespoon, because it will create gas if your body's not used to it. Okay. Yeah, you will get a lot of handouts. In fact, more than what you're being shown tonight. So that was the question. So this is a simple thing that I highly recommend. And then throughout the day, you know, you make your own flavored water. These are so cheap, these essential oils. You know how expensive flavored waters are to buy? You can make this for less than 10 cents. So it's very inexpensive. Now, sometimes you cleanse for different reasons. This 5-day nutritive cleanse was designed to lower inflammation in your body. And this is very easy. It's just for 5 days, so it's not hard. It's not like you're doing it. How many months did you have to do yours, Deborah? You had to do it
4 weeks.
Oh, okay, that's not. I've had to do more. But this is 5 days, and it is designed to lower inflammation. And it's pretty simple. This Balance Complete is like a meal replacement superfood, and it's got 11 grams of fiber, which is important. Have you heard that I'm kind of pushing fiber a little bit? Well, fiber is necessary to balance your hormones. So Americans have a lot of hormonal issues, and they also need a lot of fiber. So start making the connections here. Think about your total health. And so you make a shake with this Balance Complete and a couple ounces of this Ninja Red, and that's what you eat 3 times a day. And then about a half hour before, they have this digest and cleanse enzyme to help pull out those toxins. And that's it. And then if you get hungry, you can eat like an organic apple or a few almonds in between, but you just do this for 5 days. And so this will really help lower inflammation in your body. And it's simple. This is an easy one. So we've gone 2 easy ones. This is, I really like this cleanse because now you got to clean out your colon and we're going to really address your liver. This is called the Cleansing Trio, and it improves your health and helps eliminate waste, and it supports normal liver function. And so let me talk about each what these are. This is, I just want to show you, because this is spring and a lot of people want to do cleanses that are knowledgeable about their total wellness and health. Sometimes things run out. So I just want to give you some alternatives. This is a cleanse from Young Living. I have tried lots of different cleanses and I really like this one. And so that's why I recommend it. And one of the reasons why we both recommend their products is because they have such a good quality system that you can trust the quality. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. But this is ICP, Essential Zyme. It's an enzyme. Comfort Tone is actually designed to improve your peristalsis. And right now, this ICP is out, but it's going to be back in a couple of weeks. So you can wait. Or here's another alternative, ICP Daily. Remember, I said Americans don't have enough fiber, and there's a lot of crappy fiber products out there. This is a daily one. It's got 5 grams of fiber, so it's a good one. And this has Comfort Tone and enzymes. And Digest is an essential oil that is great for your digestion, any kind of digestive issues. It works great. So those are 2 possibilities. But let's talk about why these are important. Comfort Tone is herbs and essential oils that support your digestive health. And it really, ideally, you should have, let's talk about poop here. You should have 2 to 3 bowel movements a day, because your body takes it's about 24 hours, from the time you eat some food till it's eliminated. So most people eat about 3 times a day. So that makes sense. You should have 2 to 3. A lot of people don't have that. So peristalsis is that contraction in your intestine that pushes things through. And actually your colon gets kind of lazy. Just think of it, it's like exercise. If you don't exercise for a while, your muscles don't work that well. And so they're not that toned. And so that's what peristalsis is. This is to get your body to work the way it should. And you don't take this forever. You do this until you start having several bowel movements a day. When you're cleansing, you want more like 3 to 4. But and then it's done its job. Then you're done. And just keep it for the next time you do it. Detoxine, that's an enzyme. Your body needs enzymes. They run everything. And they help. This particular one helps with digestion. It helps detoxify and it helps promote cleansing. So it's very good. So you take these when you're doing a cleanse. You want to take an enzyme. Essential Zyme is another enzyme. It's bi-layered, and it's a caplet, and it helps both again with digestive health. And so this includes some essential oils that are very good for digestion as well as herbs. Then ICP, this is the one. This is, I would say, the best fiber drink I've ever used. It's very effective. I was amazed. And so it's worth waiting for this one, I think. But you can also do a lot of the same stuff that's in that ICP Daily. So this helps clean your colon up. So we're starting with cleaning out your colon. Why do you want to do that first? Because if your colon is cleaned out, then everything else you do in terms of health and digestion, it will work better. And so this has a lot of different types of both soluble and insoluble fibers, because you need both of those. And then it also has essential oils, and that really help decrease the buildup. You actually get buildup in your colon. this Dr. Jensen, I remember he had written a book on it, and he showed stuff he pulled out of people's colon. And it's like, so it does build up in there. And this also, the essential oils in there help with nutrient absorption. A lot of times people don't realize that some of your vitamins and minerals are actually absorbed through your intestines. So you need to have, you need to have a healthy colon. And then it also helps maintain heart health. So this is a very good one because it's both soluble and insoluble, and it has also the essential oils that actually go into your intestinal wall. And I remember it was shortly after I had a mastectomy, I was doing a cleanse, and I did it for a couple months. And the second month after doing this this cleansing trio that I've talked to you about, I was like, whoa, I didn't even know I had parasites when they came out. So it's actually all of us have parasites, but there's ones you don't want to have. So this is an excellent product. So you do this colon cleanse for about 7 to 10 days. You want to clean your colon. Now we really want to support our liver. And I truly believe this is one of the best supplements that really support your liver. It's called Juvatone. Again, it's powerful herbs and essential oils, and it's a great source of choline, which is really necessary for proper liver function. And now a lot of people are on high protein diets now, keto, and there's so many right now. But your body needs help with breaking down protein. And so this is one that will really help with that. And this also has some natural antioxidants that are crucial for liver function in it. So it's a powerhouse for your liver. That's all I can say. And then it also has essential oils that help support the liver. So this is one of the best ones. So what you do is you do your colon cleanse for 10 days, and then you can add this in. And you never take Comfort Tone and Juvatone at the same time because it's just too strong together. So you just separate them by an hour. But by this time, you may be already off Comfort Tone. Because remember, I said you won't take that until you get your body working the way it should. Juva Cleanser is an essential oil blend. And so this also has, you'll see it's in the white label. Anything in a white label, you can take internally, put it in a gel cap, put it in a glass of water morning or after meal, and that just will help you cleanse more. And another one I want to tell you about is grapefruit. Grapefruit oil is really supportive of your liver, also helps lose weight. So one of the things I'm just starting because it's finally spring here, I'm starting my cleanses, and I'm going to put a gel cap and fill it with grapefruit oil because it's really powerful for cleansing the liver, and take that at night. I'll do that once a day, but don't ever take it more than 6 weeks. That's what it's designed for. But that's something you might want to try if you think you need a little more support with your liver. Now, okay, so those ones we've talked about, I think are easy. I've done them all. I've also done this one, and there's other ones I did not put in here because I don't think, I think they're challenging, and that, we have to work. You can't be running to the bathroom when you're working and, or living in the bathroom. So you want things that are practical, but also are effective. And this is one that's well known, Stanley Burroughs Master Cleanse. I've done this. You take organic lemon or lime juice, and you put 2 tablespoons in a glass and a couple tablespoons of organic maple syrup. When I did it, actually made a gallon at a time. Mm-hmm. And then you put in 1/10 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper or more to taste. Most people don't go overboard on cayenne. And then you want distilled or purified water. And then you drink that. And that's all you do. That is all you drink. You don't eat anything else. I've done this one for 7 days, and it's definitely cleanses you. I kind of felt like I went through different systems of my body. And I had a friend whose health habits could be better. Let's like just say that. And he decided, of course, being a macho kind of guy, he decided, of course, he's going to go with the master cleanse first. Doesn't listen to me. And within a few days, he had such a horrific headache. Because if you cleanse too fast, you are going to have things like headaches. You're going to be spending a lot of time in the bathroom. And I'm just bringing this up because this is a well-known cleanse, and I won't say that it doesn't work. I am just saying I'm pretty well disciplined, and this gets to be challenged. And and then when you're done, the last day you actually drink some orange juice and olive oil. But all I can say, it's nasty, but it does work, and it's just food. But it's I'm going to put it in your handout so you can definitely try it if you want. But I would do other things first. That's my recommendation. Now, if you have pets or you travel, especially depending on where you travel, especially a third world country, I would highly recommend that you do um, a parasite cleanse, because you will, especially my friend's dog, like she's always licking your face, and I try to be careful. I don't really like pets doing that, but if you have pets and you're cleaning up after them and stuff, there's a very good chance you have parasites. And same with third world countries or other countries. And there's different types of parasite cleanses, but this one I found really easy. I did do this, obviously, when I first things come out, uh, and I found this very simple. And you just take these 3 soft gels 2 times a day as needed, and then you do it for 21 days, and then you rest for a week, and then you do it again. You actually do 3 cycles of it, because parasites lay eggs and reproduce, and after 3 cycles, you you've killed them all. But every person has parasites. We actually have some parasites that are healthy for us. You actually have parasites in your eyelashes that are microscopic, but there's other parasites in your intestines and stuff that aren't good for you. So this will really help with your gut health. Make sense? So we've both, Deborah and I have talked about products from Young Living, and I used to train manufacturing companies on quality systems. And for me, if you're going to put anything in your body or on your body, you better make sure that it's got excellent quality. And so when I start researching out products for my health, whether they were essential oils or supplements, I actually call companies and ask them questions about their quality system. And and actually the only one that really met my criteria for a good quality system was Young Living, and that's why I recommend it. If I was still doing that training, I'd actually use them as a way, as an example of how it should be done. So even just for their essential oils, they have quality processes for each step of the manufacturing process, and that's what you're looking for. So if you're going to buy a product, really do check it out, and it's got to be with their quality system. I actually was stunned at how poor of quality systems so many companies had. But it starts with picking good seeds. You got to cultivate it properly. I don't want anything grown with pesticides, because we have hormone disruptors in there. I'm trying to get rid of toxic chemicals. I don't want it to add more. With essential oils, there's proper way to distill. That's a science in itself. Every plant is different, has a different time, temperature, and pressure. And if you aren't checking that and making sure it's correct, you are not going to get a good quality oil. And you need to test this throughout the whole process. And it goes for supplements. You have to have a high quality standard for those and make sure that they are doing. Now, as we talked in the beginning, a couple of us are very, I'm a big believer in, live your values, and leaving a legacy to me means I want to leave this world a better place, and the environment is very important to me. So for me, a good quality system not only ensures good quality, but it also an excellent one, takes care of the earth. And that was the other reason why I've been very impressed with Young Living. I do believe we should vote with our dollar on, and so Young Living, as I talked about, has really good quality standards for every step of their processes, but they also measure customer service and continuous improvement, which shows they constantly want to improve. The other thing is they built this into their quality system, and this is I haven't seen this before, and I like that because you're not serious until you measure it. So they have a 5-year zero waste goal as part of their quality system, and they're measuring the progress on it so that they make sure they meet that goal. And then they grow plants sustainably and only use sustainable sourcing. They don't even use, we did a class last week on composting, and we're also going to do a class on regenerative ag next in a couple weeks. And you really learn a lot about soil by doing classes like that. And so it's very important that you grow plants sustainably and use sourcing, but also to take care of the soil. And one of the things that Young Living doesn't even use, they hand cultivate. They don't use machinery, they don't till, and all of those things destroy soil. So I've been very impressed with that. So if you're interested in any of these, I'm all about getting the most bang for my buck. So I figure you are too. So I'll show you how you're interested, how to get discounts. It's easy to get 24% off. Why pay retail? If you purchase a few of the products that I talked about, and it comes up to what we call 100 PV, that's product value. That's pretty much, you have to buy $100, 100 PV. On your first order, you automatically get 24% off forever. And the only thing you have to do is buy $50 worth of product the next year. So it's very simple. And you also, anytime you buy $100, you get a free. Then they also have a subscribe to save program. If you put just one product, and you can change it every month, I do. Let's say, well, like lemon oil, for example. We talked about that. I go through lemon oil all the time because I drink it every day. I also use it for cleaning. And so if I put that product on, I could order it monthly. I could order it every 2 months or every 3 months. You decide. And then you get 24% off for as long as you stay on that subscribe to save. So that's really, and then they have like, they have the best loyalty or customer rewards program I've ever seen. You purchase on your subscribe to save, and you get anywhere from 10, 20 to 25% credit towards free product. They have the best skincare line I have ever seen. I've tested out a lot, and I never paid for it. So if you're interested in any of these too, you just like this one has like 12 oils. That's like a wellness kit in a box, and it's something for every system of the body, including digestion and stress and pain, you name it. And then they have a diffuser, a hand sanitizer, a spray. This Ninja Red is great antioxidant, a prebiotic, by the way. So, and that you can use that one for that one cleanse. And then they have different ones, like if you want to green your home. But they have quite a few. These are called starter bundles. These are just some of them. CBD. This is a cute little kit for kids with an owl diffuser. And it, I'm just saying, check these out because they're really good deals. Like this is $400 a product for $165, and then they have additional ones. So, you know, just check it out. I'm all about saving money. So if you want more help, one of the things we really appreciate the fact that you take the time to be here. So we give a free wellness coaching session because I think people are wiser. You can tell I've been a coach for a long time. Don't try everything at once. You know, make a plan and then do it step by step. And we'll help you develop a wellness plan, looking at it holistic. I will ask you if you exercise. I will. You know, you have to look at the whole thing. But then if you want additional help, I have 6 steps to health and health tips on my blogs on my fittoliveToday.com website and the Facebook page Fit to Live Today. Then we also have a group for our team education. We also have Instagram. And if you're interested in ordering, contact the person who referred you to the webinar, or you can go to myyl.com/practical health. I can put in there, I'll actually put in a few suggestions, products that I would recommend for cleansing. And then for the pre-coaching or any questions, contact Deborah or I. My email is info@fittolivetoday.com. My cell is 651-326-4596. And then Deborah's is ts_Deborah@hotmail.com, or her number 763-647-8926. Now you're going to get a lot of handouts. In fact, additional information. Deborah always tells me I put in too much. But those who know me, I'm a teacher. What can I say? And but there will be recipes in there. And if you want, I'll ask if you want like a kimchi recipe, because we talked about that being good for gut health. And I have some recipes that, like a salad that's good for your liver, what things you want to put in there, things like that too. And I do have just descriptions on how to do each of those cleanses in there, so you don't have to worry about that. And so make sure that we have your email. So what we'll do is stick around for some questions. And if, I appreciate you being here. So let's get healthier. Spring is a great time to really get your digestive health going and support, and start reducing those toxic chemicals, because you store fat over winter, you're going to start losing that fat. And that's, unfortunately, in our fat is where we store a lot of toxic chemicals. So everybody have a wonderful evening.